My son's teacher canceled recess every day for a week. When I told her he cries every morning before school, she said that's not her problem. My son is 8, second grade. The kind of kid teachers write nice things about on report cards. Polite, quiet, does his work without being asked, chess club, robotics, sports on weekends, carries a 95 in math, and has never been sent to the principal's office. He's also anxious, has been since he was little, gets overwhelmed when things feel unfair, needs structure and routine to feel safe. Recess is the one part of his day where he breathes. 30 minutes to run and be loud and be 8 years old before sitting back down for 3 more hours. It's not a reward, it's a reset button. Without it, his whole afternoon falls apart. His math teacher, Mrs. Dalton, has about 4 or 5 kids who act up constantly, talking over her, throwing things, ignoring instructions. I've been on field trips with this class. I've seen it firsthand. Those kids are a handful, and I don't envy her position. But instead of disciplining the kids causing problems, she punishes the entire class. Every time her lesson gets interrupted, she cancels recess for everyone. Not the disruptors. Everyone, including my son who sits in his seat doing exactly what he's supposed to do with a 95 average. First time it happened, he came home quiet. Said they didn't get recess because some kids were being bad. I said that stinks, but tomorrow would be better. It wasn't. Happened the next day, and the next, and the next. 5 days straight. No recess. Not once. By day 3, he started crying before school. Not whining. Real tears. The kind where his body shakes and he grabs the doorframe because going to a place where he does everything right and still gets punished makes him feel like nothing he does matters. By day 5, he stopped getting out of bed. The boy who used to jump up excited was pulling his blanket over his head, begging to stay home. I sat on his bed rubbing his back while he sobbed. Mama, I was good today too, and it didn't matter. That sentence broke something in me. I messaged Mrs. Dalton that afternoon, kept it respectful, said I understood she was dealing with difficult students, asked if there was anything my son could do to still earn recess since he wasn't part of the disruptions. Her response was one paragraph. No, if my lesson is being interrupted, recess will continue to be canceled until I can get through my lesson. This applies to all students equally. Equally, my son who sits silently gets the same consequence as the kid throwing pencils. That's not equal. That's lazy. Showed the message to his dad. Said I was exaggerating. Said kids deal with this stuff all the time. Said I'd make things worse if I escalated. I got sat wrong for 2 days. Then I looked up Texas education law. Schools 6th grade and below are required to provide minimum 30 minutes of recess daily. Recess may not be taken away as punishment. Read it 3 times. Printed it. Highlighted the relevant sections. Put it in a folder on my kitchen counter. Next morning, my son cried 20 minutes before school. In the car, he looked at me. Mom, does being good even matter if you still get in trouble? He's 8 years old asking that question. I didn't have an answer that wouldn't feel like a lie. Called the school that afternoon. Got a meeting the next morning. Walked in with my folder. Sat across from the principal and the counselor. Told them everything. The canceled recess. The crying. The anxiety. His grades. His behavior record. Mrs. Dalton's message. Then I opened the folder and slid the printed law across the desk. Under Texas Education Code, recess cannot be withheld as punishment. My son has had 0 recess for 5 consecutive days. He carries a 95 and has no behavioral issues. He's being punished for other children's behavior, and it's affecting his mental health and his willingness to attend school. The principal read the printout, looked at the counselor, looked back at me. I wasn't aware it had been every day. It has. She told me directly it would continue until disruption stopped. My son's recess depends entirely on the behavior of children he has no control over. We'll address this with Mrs. Dalton today. I need confirmation my son receives his legally required recess starting tomorrow, regardless of what other students do. The principal nodded. You'll have that by end of day. Email came at 4:15. Recess reinstated for all students effective immediately. Disruptive students handled individually going forward. Next morning, my son got out of bed on his own, put his shoes on, walked to the car, looked at me with that careful hope kids have when they've been let down enough times to stop trusting good news. Mom, do you think we'll get recess today? I think you will, baby. He came home that afternoon and ran through the front door. We had recess, Mama. The whole time. I picked him up and held him tight. Didn't say a word about the folder or the law or the meeting. He didn't need to know any of that. He just needed to be 8 with 30 minutes to run around and breathe. His dad called that night, heard it got fixed, said he was glad I handled it. I didn't say what I was thinking, which was that someone had to.